10 Genshin characters that deserve more love. Quick disclaimer, these aren't in any particular order, so please enjoy. Yunjin is a character who I never really hear anyone talk about, like ever, which kind of surprises me for how unique she really is. She's a character who represents culture in Liyue, and honestly, she does a pretty phenomenal job at it. I can imagine for a lot of us, hearing a character perform a Chinese opera in Chinese might be a little weird, especially if you're used to that anime lifestyle, if you will. But once you start to get a feel for it, it's actually pretty awesome. And Yunjin as a character is just kind of really chill, and I can realistically see her being a good friend to a lot of people, even in real life. Also, her hangout is pretty cool. It delves into that perfect mix of Yunjin herself as a character and what it's like to just be a celebrity, which is nice. Next is Faruzan, a character who was unfortunately released alongside the legend himself, so she does tend to get overlooked most of the time. But in terms of personality, especially for a 4-star, she has a hell of a lot going for her. The girl's levels of sass can reach levels I've only ever seen characters like Tainari reach, and in terms of uniqueness, yes, the whole 100-year-old lolly shtick has been done to death at this point, and yet somehow, Faruzan still manages to keep it fresh. Faruzan as a character is so layered and amazing, and her hangout event, honestly, I could compare it to a lot of character story quests. That's how good it is. Qiqi is a character who unfortunately has been cursed as Genshin's representative meme character. Whether it be from getting her on a 50-50 or Hu Tao chasing her wherever she seems to go, it's kind of sad because under all the jokes and memes, she's a really damn tragic character. Her inability to remember mostly anything seems to lead to a form of stunted growth, if you will, and I can't help but genuinely feel bad for the girl. Aside from that though, she does simultaneously manage to also be really wholesome, whether it be from the way she just talks to her carrying Xiao across pretty much half of Liyue. Qiqi is a good girl who deserves to be more than just a meme, guys. Come on. Since we just talked about Qiqi, it seems like a good time to talk about her best friend. And God, I'm already getting emotional! Yao Yao. Now, in a game like Genshin with dozens of unique characters, it's refreshing to see a character who's just really caring and is, in my opinion, Genshin's representative motherly character, which is kind of hilarious because she's a toddler. She's the type of girl who every time you see her on screen, you'll have this dumb smile on your face because she's just genuinely so wholesome from the bottom of her heart, man. And her and Qiqi, although we've never seen them formally interact yet, Yao Yao views Qiqi as her best friend and will always take care of her, which is tragic as heck because Qiqi will never remember who Yao Yao is and what she's done for her. I will say the war on Conbria will never cause me as much emotional damage as this, man. Shinobu is a personal favorite of mine who I'm sad to say never really gets that much attention. Although since she's commonly associated with Genshin's most outgoing funhouse character, it's easy to see why. Shinobu's appeal honestly just comes from the fact that she's just a legit normal person. And honestly, seeing someone travel to another nation to go to school just because she doesn't want to follow the path that's been laid out in front of her is so respectable to me. And that's not to mention her loyalty to her group of just idiots, honestly. I find it so endearing. It really drives home that fact that Shinobu isn't just a great person. She's the type of person who's so loyal, and honestly, I can just see a lot of us being friends with her in real life. She's a Chad. Next on the list, we got Noelle. Now, every game will always have its designated, hard-working, cinnamon bun-like character. And for Genshin, it's Noelle. And she takes it to a whole other level, I'm gonna say that. I'm sure I'm not the only one who just wants to see her get rewarded at the end of the day, though. Because she tends to be more overshadowed, not just from the other knights, but to all the other characters in Mondstadt. Which makes me sad, honestly. However, she does at least have a hangout, which is honestly just really wholesome, and it at least gives us a little bit of time to have Noelle in the spotlight. Just a quick personal note as well, even though I have the legend Zhongli, I still refuse to ever remove Noelle from my second party slot. She will always be there until she's an official Knight of Favonius. So she's gonna be on my team forever, is what I'm saying. Next up, we got Jin Yan, a character who you'll rarely ever hear a word about in the Genshin community. And honestly, that's likely due to her low usage rate. But as a character, this girl rocks. Did you see what I did there? Jin Yan's whole journey was made out of the idea of rebellion. No one ever believed in her and what she was trying to accomplish with her music. And that's more than likely, yes, due to the time period she lived in. So what did she do? She basically showed the world her favorite finger and pursued her dreams anyway. And now, there's not even a single soul in Liyue's music community who doesn't know who Jin Yan is. So with that in mind, I award Jin Yan, in earnest, the Giga Chad ribbon. Well done, sister. Lailah has to be the most relatable character that Genshin has given us thus far. I'm sure I'm not the only one who got those Vietnam flashbacks when we got to hear what Lailah's whole deal was in the academia. Aside from the relatability aspect, her work ethic, honestly, is possibly second to very little characters. The thing is, most hardworking characters you'll see in video games tend to be the energetic, outgoing types. So having a character with Lailah's demeanor is honestly just really refreshing to me. As a person, she's just really chill as well. And she's also, in my opinion, part of one of the best events that Genshin has given us to date, which is the Shroom Buddy event. And Lailah somehow managed to make me not dislike Miko for a bit, because Miko and Lailah's interactions during the whole event were actually really kind of wholesome. I never thought I would use that in the same sentence as Miko, but props to Lailah for that, and I do hope her sleep schedule improves soon. Next, we got another extremely selfless character in Candace, who again, I rarely ever hear talk about, despite her whole unique shield gimmick. But putting gameplay aside, Candace's devotion and loyalty to her village, known as our village, is honestly really damn commendable. I give her even more respect for the fact that she literally will not leave because she believes it's her duty to be Aru Village's protector. Like, this girl is literally giving her life for those she cares about and what she believes in. It is the epitome of selflessness. Besides for that, I like the whole almost double face thing she has going on, which I personally have to say gives her even more layers. She has that kind and caring face that she shows to her villagers and her friends. Then she has her, if you mess with me and my people, I'm about to perform a desert execution on you face. Quite the assertive woman, if you ask me. Finally, and last but definitely not least, we got the king himself, Thoma, who I first and foremost must give an award to him for the most normal, yet somehow most Giga Chad character award. Honestly, Thoma is just the type of character that literally anyone would be happy to know, and if you're friends with this man, you just be set for a blessed life. Thoma has the perfect balance of just being extremely hardworking and humble, and there's a point in his hangout event where there's these two samurai guys trash talking him, but the legend Thoma, it just did not affect him whatsoever. But to me, the impressive thing about that interaction is how Thoma handles criticism. I'm not going to go into a whole bunch of details for the hangout as a whole, but the fact that Hoyoverse was able to portray such a subtle maturity in a video game character is very impressive to me. But honestly, yeah, there's not much more to say. I think Thoma is the perfect way to end this list. The literal perfect all-around character, the swellest of the swell lads. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm sure there's a character that you wish was on this list, and honestly, I might even make a part 2 because there's a lot of characters I wanted to include. But with that in mind, guys, take care, hope you enjoyed, and have a good rest of the day. Peace.
Thanks for watching. Please sub. Bye.